GM Farcaster. I just realized I didn't have my mic ready. I was like, whoa, she's so happy. It is Wednesday, October 16th, and you are here with Nana Schropp and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day. And we'll have a guest in just a little while, Macbudowski from Kiwi News, to chat about all things Kiwi. And Adrian, in case you don't know why Adrian's so happy, it's because she's not clicking buttons today, and she's so happy right now. It's hilarious.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and my news, and she's a happy camper. Let me tell you. By the way, this is the first thing I pulled. By the way, this is from Meon, our friend Meon Base, the Magic in Eden intern. Watching Adrian drive the bus on GM Farcaster lately has added a new element of fun. See, excellent work and totally capable. Not a rough way to successfully hand over the reins and not be a CFA control freak adults. Happy to always turn the reins over, but Adrian is really happy to give them back right now.
Yes.
So done. She's so done. And the sad thing is this morning I had to go, my power's been cycling on and off. So just in case, be ready because there's a chance that I might disappear from the screen. And this from Rabinowitz, I had to just add this towards the top. My partner does not cast yet, but does watch GM Farcaster. So I tipped him to give to his partner who does not cast yet. I don't know who it is. But that is really funny. I thought that was really
I know
funny.
we don't. Yeah, I know we don't do gender, but her.
Her, yeah, I assume her, but I don't know. You know what? I think he said her somewhere else.
No, Rabinowitz.
Yeah. Rabinowitz is. Oh. I did not know that.
Yes.
Sorry, Rabinowitz.
Yeah, but to be fair, that is one of the things I love most about these online spaces.
Yeah.
Is I really love knowing people without knowing.
And no idea.
The things you see when you meet someone face to face, like the immediate things, I like learning them later. But
so funny. Anyway, that's amazing. Glad they're watching, and hopefully are entertaining, even if you have no idea what we're talking about. So fantastic. And moving on to some actual news, maybe coming, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Oh boy.
It doesn't look like you're logged out.
Here we go. Oh, that was the problem. I am not logged out. Damn it.
You took a week
off.
I
logged in. I made I made a mistake. I'm out of practice. When we log in, it gets difficult. Oh my God, my pronouns are DJ Byron Maxie. I love it. Okay, this from DWR. Looking for people who are frustrated with the changes in new direction for channels. Last week, we got a lot of good feedback from people happy with, excited about the changes. See below. Now I want to highlight what's still not working for people, specifically what's frustrating, what would make it better. So if you are still frustrated with anything regarding channels, jump into this thread and add your feedback for DWR. He would love to know. I personally am doing okay. I'm doing okay with the new channels. I still think we need some broader topics, and we'll talk about that in a second. In case you missed it, there are now 9,000 plus Farcaster accounts with a verified X/Twitter, thank you, account available via API. We'll eventually get this data into the protocol too. So that was from Dan as well. And very cool to see. I think it's a nice feature. It gives you a way to find those folks on Twitter as well, and also to verify if somebody's trying to pretend to be somebody they're not. So I appreciate that. And I wonder if I should log out now, but I just feel like it would mess everything up. So let's not do that. We'll just settle into the loading screen here. This is from B. Speaking of Twitter, ironically, we're shutting down the X posting experiment. For a few months, we've been testing a feature with a few users to cross-post their tweets from X to Farcaster. We're shutting it down because we can't get it to work reliably with the current APIs. And when it fails, it's really frustrating for users. And then continuing on, difference in content types make this really hard to work 100%. It's also not achieving the goal of increasing conversations. People who X post don't use the app any more frequently. People who see X posts are less likely to engage because the content isn't authentic to FC. Our view, at least for now, is that X posting will not work to scale Farcaster. While it might work for social media type apps that are primarily about content consumption, Farcaster is about conversations, and an X post without a presence on the app isn't that meaningful to other users. And agree. There's been a few things that have popped up that I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. And yes, the Twitter API might be flaky. I know it's shocking. They fired all them, remember? They fired all the people in charge of the Twitter APIs. They were fired like day 2 of Elon being there. So yeah, I think it surfaced a few things, but it really didn't add to the conversation because you would reply to things and then that person would never reply back. So it didn't like create a conversation at all. Yeah, it was 100% frustrating. Just yeah, absolutely frustrating to respond to someone who wasn't there. They really aren't there. So I think it was worth the experiment because it would have been great if these folks then started to interact on Farcaster because they were getting replies, but that did not come to be. So yeah, any other thoughts on that, Adrian?
I think just a lot of people also got upset that the way you tweet or post on X is different than the way you cast. So it's like
Yeah.
taking the same thing but not changing it for the medium you're expressing yourself on frustrated
Yeah.
people as well. So I think it was like the combination of you can't engage because they're not actually really on Farcaster combined with it just like felt a little bizarro world. Like, why are
Yeah.
you writing that here on Farcaster? That doesn't
They're
fit
like, because
with
I'm not.
yeah.
Because I'm not writing it here on
um
Farcaster. Yeah.
because
Yeah, there's
vibes
definitely
matter. It's
vibes matter. Yeah,
vibes
for
matter to
sure.
Luffy. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I didn't mind the extra content in my feed. Um because I think like Dan, I hit the bottom multiple times a day. Like I just
Just run out.
um
We
yeah,
run out.
so I liked it, but I do like to see I'd say Merkel's transparency in terms of here are the experiments we're running and following up to say this is what we learned and we're either going to continue or shut down. So I like closure's good. Let's move on.
Yep. Agree. Um, and then this from Dan as well, looking for feedback on this iteration for channels. This is interesting. This is very interesting. The single biggest remaining complaint is people feeling like the pre-existing large topic-based channels like food or founders should be more accessible. It will also reduce work for channel mods who don't want to have to approve every single person who wants to cast in their channel, but are okay giving up some control of who, and they can always invite someone to be a member to guarantee it. Curious, would you turn this on or off for your channel? Any concerns? So this is public mode. So meaning there wouldn't be members on some in these. If you turn on public mode, it would be everybody could be a member of that channel. And this was sort of what I was arguing for last week and saying that I think that some of these larger channels can coexist with the more member like channels. I think we can have both. I don't think we need to have just one or the other. So if we can make it work technically, and apparently maybe we can. So
So
we'll think.
yeah, I mean this is conceding that people want hashtags. Maybe they should just give us hashtags. Like
Maybe.
I don't know, just a little
I
bit
don't
of
know.
hashtag work. But I guess this allows these broad topics. There's still a little bit of moderation. You're probably going to need some level of auto moderation as the network gets big for the obvious not safe
Yeah.
for work and other kind of scammy malicious content,
Right.
not just, because I think that's I think that is the outcome that Dan assumes everything goes to, which is you think you want to moderate a large community and
Right.
channel, but you don't actually know the work that goes into it. Um,
Right. Right.
and uh, and we saw this with some of the larger channels, but when Farcaster's not so active, it's like, oh, it's safe. Everyone's posting good stuff in food. Everyone's posting
Yeah.
good stuff until they're not. So I don't know.
I think that was if you were a channel owner until they made this recent shift, like for our GM Farcaster channel, we had main and we had recent. If I don't think because I had moderation turned on, anyone else could see recent except for me and you, and that I think that was it. And recent was a dumpster fire. So you would go in and like the ones. So I had to work from there and like the ones that should be in main, but most of them were just total spam and people just not even realizing what the channel was or not caring, one or the other. So I can see the concern, but also I'd love to, let's see what happens. Like maybe there's a way to filter out enough that it can exist. So
Dan's had a
stay tuned.
very opinionated take on hashtags since
Yes.
the beginning, and I think it comes from his and he kind of just says, "Look, hashtags don't work. Like they don't work." And I think his experience on Farcaster as someone with, I'm sorry, not Farcaster, Twitter or other networks, right? As someone with a larger
Large following.
following and someone who's in kind of these bigger Silicon Valley, I think, topics, and maybe crypto Twitter, I think he sees the dumpster fire, and it's like they don't work. I've talked about my experience on Twitter. I was in like a very niche Twitter community that we used hashtags for, and they were super popular or super valuable because they were small. Like no one's trying to bust
Right.
in through the little hashtags, but it was a permissionless way for people to quickly self-organize by using a hashtag permissionlessly. I liked it for like, oh, we're at a tech conference, everybody use this hashtag, and like no one's
Right.
trying to get in.
Right.
So
The problem is with people sort of taking over the hashtag, right? And trying to, spam their advertising content with that hashtag because it's trending. So
yeah,
that becomes the problem. Um, okay, moving on. Big news yesterday. DGen is now listed on Coinbase. So, hey, DGens, just 15 minutes to go until DGen hits Coinbase. My wife made some DGen cookies to celebrate. Let's get it. And I just thought that was so cute. Look at this. Adorable. And I love the hats there. So the hat stays on. There you go. And this from Murtaza. Congratulations to all holders of DGen and the makers of DGen. Explaining to my wife tonight that we can soon retire based on Warpcast tips I have received and no longer need a 401k denominated in useless fiat. Not financial advice.
I need Murtaza back on the show because I can't always tell how much he's talking tongue in cheek
I think
versus like
this one feels a little tongue in cheek. Yeah, I think this was obvious.
it's
I think this one's obvious, Adrian.
I don't think it's obvious.
I don't think he
Um,
meant that. Okay. All right. Maybe he's serious. I don't know, but I don't think so. I
uh,
don't think so. This from Jesse, our sponsors base, a new base.org to bring the world on chain. They got a little glow up on the website there. And I think there's also an NFT that goes with this, which I forgot to mint. So I need to go do that. But very cute, very cool. Loving it. Very
guess who
nice.
minted it?
You minted it? Did you
I
mint
minted
it?
it. Yeah.
Oh my god, and I forgot, like, I saw it for a second, and I wasn't somewhere where I could mint it, so it was like, "Oh, damn. I gotta
It
get
was a
back to
little
that."
Easter egg. And I think someone gave a hint. They said, do the right thing, even when it's hard. And it was a right click on the base.org. When you click on the logo, there's a little option to mint an NFT.
Oh, nice. I saw it somewhere else. I think I just saw it in my feed. I think I saw it on Interface or something, honestly. Interface is the best thing
Oh,
ever. But did you mint for 3? This is true. Did you mint 3?
of course not.
Course
Okay, baby
of course
steps,
not.
people.
Of course she didn't. That's me. I do that. She doesn't do that. This from Jesse also rolling out search improvements on Coinbase Wallet should help people find tokens faster and make sure that they are interacting with the right ones. Always a problem. So very cool to see Jesse's diving into his new job already. This from this person, Adrian. This was interesting. If it loads. Is it
Yeah.
possible $5 reward does more harm than good? 100 people getting it every day which means thousands of DAU, daily active users, are not getting it. The 100 people might feel good, and maybe it gets them to cast more, but is it at a cost of thousands of not good enough or casting less? I don't know the answer, and it's just an experiment. And this was in response to Yes to Crypto. I promised myself I won't get bitter about others winning this reward because, as Adrian says, your personal worth is blah, 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 not what every single other person is receiving and talking about today. And every single other person, I mean, everyone who is not you specifically. So he was feeling not great, and we don't like it when he doesn't feel great, but I loved this animation. It just made my world. I just love this.
Bravo.
It's just all you. It's fantastic.
Can I
And
clarify something?
sure.
I didn't say that. Yes to
I
crypto. It's not every other person. It's like it may be 100 people, of which like 3 are casting because they're excited they got the reward.
I know.
But there are many thousands of people who did not.
There are thousands and thousands.
And we
Um,
love you.
and
And
we love you, and
you
we
make
appreciate
our
you.
day so much better, and that is so much, you know.
By the way, yeah, if you're not following Yes to Crypto, I don't know what you're doing with your lives. So, like, please, yeah, hilarious. Casts really good things. Sometimes very interesting, and other times just hilarious, like that, like that. Also a good reply guy. And Adrian, this is from Adrian as well. There are no rewards for running hubs, not today, not ever. Warps do not fluctuate in value. Channels are not canonical topics. Well, maybe they are. We'll see. Channels haven't been decentralized yet. DCs are not encrypted. Two FIDs can communicate even if they get hidden at the client app level. If you use ENS as your display name, no one can take it away from you. Farcaster names and channel names can be taken away from you. Freedom of speech is something worth fighting for. And put another way, Adrian's background from
Of
Horseback,
course.
which I believe is now available in Home Goods. I'm not sure. This
I
was
mean,
hilarious. In this house, we believe there are no rewards for running hubs. Not today, not ever. Warps do not fluctuate in value. Channels are not canonical topics. Channels haven't been decentralized yet. DCs are not encrypted. And this was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It was almost my background as well. And then I figured it would be yours. So I didn't need to do that.
Horsefacts, casting game, meme game is 10 out of 10. We agree. Max.
One, like, again,
That
like
was so
if you're
good.
not following Horsefacts, I don't know what you're doing. He might be the funniest person on Farcaster, and you don't even realize it. So, and there you go. There you go. Haha, just blasting out another banger to my home feed. I'm not in that channel. Guess I can't post anything. My favorite community is all my followers. I am both owner and mod of my own destiny. My thoughts are too profound and radical to be categorized. So there you go. And if you ask nicely, he'll probably let you in yoink. So there you go. But really, funniest. He's just so funny. He is just so funny. You never expect the devs to be funny, but this one is. So there you go.
Oh.
And this from Dill Stack, I really hate the fact that I didn't log out, and now I'm afraid to. What are the coolest launches of projects you've seen on Farcaster in the past few weeks? Could be top combos, casts too, and this is a great thread. And he said, I'll get this started. Here are some top projects updates I've seen in the past week. Channel Kit from Zach Terrell, Kira from OpenRank, Modbot from Haoli, continued open source smart wallet work from Steven Zill, Tomorrow.news from 0x Smallbrain, DGen listing on Coinbase, FC Trivia from Matthew Fox, FC Marketplace from @ZD, Scout Game from Corella and Team, see Corella and Team. All really great. We've had some amazing things happening, and I wanted to make a note on trivia tonight. No, sorry, tomorrow night, Thursday at 12 p.m. PST, I think. I think it's PST. For 25 million base token with base devo and Garrett. So another trivia game happening. And there was one on Monday, was it, that we played? I think it was Monday. And that one, the host didn't show up, but that's okay. We
We
had
had a
fake
ghost.
Ted.
We had a
We
ghost
had,
host.
we had a ghost host, and it worked just fine. So all good. But if you're not like really go check out trivia. It's really fun. I've been enjoying it. So really well done. It's slick. It's a great mini app. So well done, Matthew Fox. And if you have anything to add on Dylan's thread, go add it there because it is pretty interesting. But speaking of launches, PFISTA with a new buoy Discord integration. We just launched a Discord integration for Buoy for Max subscribers. Get a unified feed of all your Buoy notifications in a channel on your Discord server. We need to go do this, by the way. That would be phenomenal and super helpful. So it has some information on how to do it, how to get set up in this thread. So there you go. Here are the instructions. So get that. We need to get that set up. Very cool. And this from Euler Lang. I hope I'm saying that right because every time I look at it, I want to say other words. I don't know. I just can't pronounce his name, but I think it's Euler. Euler Lagrange. Did I say Lang? I'm going to mess up his name every time. In Opacity, we just launched our dev platform and announced our fundraise, the culmination of years of obsession, hard work, and a lot of shit posting on Farcaster. The die has been cast, only the beginning of a long journey fixing the internet. So very exciting. Opacity has raised 12 million, led by Archetype VC and Briarcap with support from A12Z, CSX, Finality Cap, Bodhi Ventures, North Island VC, E3 VC Ventures, Ambush Capital, and GD1 VC. So congratulations to all our friends at Opacity. Looking at you, Doofy. Thank you, Euler Lagrange. By the way, every time I even say or hear that name, immediately I now am hearing the range on my in my head. So anyway, if you don't know what that song is, I can't even
I will forever pronounce it Euler. Euler, like Ferris Bueller.
Euler.
And I don't care if I'm wrong. And Euler Lagrange was a mathematician or physicist, and it was Farcaster Euler Lagrange's like had his favorite proof or something. So if you want to know what type of nerds you're hanging out with,
I had no idea of that backstory whatsoever.
Nerds.
I had no idea that there was a whole backstory to the name. Ferris Bueller. I like it better. Somebody do that. This from Jamie. One thing I respect about Bountycaster, Daylight, Degen, Friends, Farcaster, and a handful of other crypto native teams building right now is that the entire founding team, not just the CEO, have deep conviction in crypto. I do agree. That is pretty amazing. And this is in response to can't stop thinking about how bullish I am on the Friends team. So that was pretty cool to see. Speaking of some other types of launches and founders we love, this is from Grace. I really am still hating myself for not logging out. It's been a season of major personal and professional change for me, but one thing is constant. I am so energized by what we've been working on, creating for viewers on Unlonely. And today is finally the grand reveal of our very first interactive horror show. It's part Fear Factor, part escape room, part Hunger Games, and part something we've never seen before, making the jump from our virtual Love on Leverage productions to IRL venue scouting and talent contracting has been a huge learning curve. But I genuinely can't wait for you all to watch, jump in the chat, and maybe even send a care package or scare package to the contestants. Still out here innovating, learning, see what sticks. Time to spread the FUD. Okay, interesting. So this is, I think, all planned for Halloween. So go take a look and jump in there. So that'll be interesting to see. And this from Ted. This was in regards to the Praxis news. Following the 525 million Praxis announcement and our own journey to helping build IRL URL communities and meaningful experiences that leverage our digital future, Farcaster, crypto, blockchain, etc., I feel there is no better time to share our next phase of making this future a reality. My pre-seed of exactly $0. So there was a lot of feelings about the Praxis announcement, which is financing for New City, 525 million. A lot of thoughts on this. By the way, Ted, you're no longer at 0. I did tip you a bunch of degen yesterday, so there you go, to put towards your fund.
Probably
To
enough. Probably
Probably
enough to
enough for
start a
New
city.
City. Sure, sure, why not? So there you go. There's your pre-seed of 55555 degen. And a lot of folks had some thoughts on this. If you zoomed in, you might have noticed something in the seed round. Praxis raises 525 million. DWR, you participated. Great opportunity to add some color from your perspective in this channel. So he did share 525 in financing equals 525 million in equity financing. I invested to be supportive, not actively involved with any of my angel investments. So that's interesting as well. There was also somebody that I knew from Nouns who was listed on there as well as one of the seed investors. And some of us said, if he's the mayor of New City, we will not be moving. But if you know, you know. And this was Nate's response. What? So stay tuned. More to come from New City. This from Eric's. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can load. There we go. Isn't authentic to FC. So this was, I meant to put this when we talked about the different content types. We were talking about the cross-posting to Twitter. And there was a mention of one of the things that people pushed back on was that it wasn't authentic to FC. It's a different level of energy here built on optimism, literally, and shared ethos. It's a different culture here where real combo plus long-term mindset win. Farcaster may be late to the first wave of social, but reality is it's first to on-chain social and the shift to ownership just started. And I couldn't agree more. A couple more things before we bring up our fantastic guest, Mac. This from Rainbow and Mike Rainbow, Wallet Connect. Register for the Wallet Connect airdrop and get 500 bonus points for every wallet you connected with Rainbow. 3 days left to register. Every single Rainbow wallet you connected to dApps using Wallet Connect can get WCT tokens and bonus points. If you don't register by October 18th at 1 p.m. UTC, you won't get anything. We'll post a video tutorial later today with full instructions on how to maximize your airdrop, so keep your eyes out for it. For some reason, if you scroll down as we go through, you will actually see a video of Mike Rainbow saying, yes, this is real, showing his phone, showing a little hostage video, if you will, proof of life from Mike Rainbow, because it was a very different airdrop experience and like registration experience. I bagged out. Like I was like, you know what? I haven't used Wallet Connect that often. Most of the time I use it with my safe, and it made me very nervous. And there was something about it that was concerning, and a lot of other people were feeling it too. And so this is the reason for Mike's video to say, yes, this is real. It's legit. It's okay, folks. You can go register. So
And then
DYOR,
did you
NFA.
register after?
I still didn't. I think I'm
Okay.
not going to be eligible for a lot, and I think I'm going to leave it. I'm really nervous about the place where I would get some of that would come from the
The
safe,
safe.
and I just don't feel comfortable
Don't
connecting
do it.
those. I'm not going to do it. So, but
When
I think it's legit. Everything's fine. Don't let my over anxiousness concern you. So there you go. Did you do your wallet?
I don't know. Prof, you're a big influencer, so if you say you're concerned, I think people are
But
gonna.
I'm probably overly concerned. I totally trust Mike though, so there's no real reason. It's more like the site just didn't feel right to me, but I have no issues. Like I'm sure the Wallet Connect team is legit. They're a fantastic company. They have a great product, so I'm sure it's all good. It's just me being a
Yeah.
little wiggy. It's more
Well,
of the safe thing. I'm wiggy about my safes. I think that's why. So that's a little
I
different.
I think that sounds maybe smart, like a
Yeah.
good practice, safe. They announced this airdrop about a month ago. It closes in 2 days. I'm only just hearing about it now because of
Yeah,
Farcast came from the Rainbow account. Dan recasted it. I will say when I watched the video of Mike Rainbow telling people that it's legit, I immediately was like, "Ooh, I don't know. Now I'm feeling." I know it's supposed to make me feel better, but that made me feel worse. I did connect my wallet because I use Rainbow was the first wallet I used. I use other ones,
right.
so I actually use I have multiple wallets for like the same addresses. I go back and forth because some don't work all the time. But
Yeah,
Rainbow was the first one I used. It's probably my primary still. I switch between that and Coinbase these days. Um, I going through the whole registration, I did click on, like, the terms of service and warnings because I love to you're agreeing to those terms of service, whatever that means, and I loved reading them because they're funny because people don't read them. But to your
very true.
point of, like, you can trust Mike but
Yes,
it doesn't necessarily mean that the code that you're running is going to be guaranteed to be safe. And
right.
so, in general, Adrian's face, LOL, be skeptical of literally everything you connect your wallet to.
I think that's a fair thing to say. I'm gonna say one more thing, and we're gonna bring Mike up, Mac up, like Mike, Mac up. This is me yesterday. Why do I wait until the last possible minute to file my taxes? It's truly a mystery that baffles even me, but they are done. And the reason, and I did, throw a little pudgy penguin in there. But what was funny was all the people who came out to say, same, same girl, same, me as well. So just a little shout out. You are my people
Okay.
if you waited until yesterday after getting a 6-month extension to file your taxes. So thank you. That is all. And going to bring up to the stage Macbudowski, who I spelled your name wrong multiple times when I was doing things. And I'm like, why am I having such an issue with this? I kept leaving the K out. I redid. You guys missed it because I redid it before you saw it, but the cover image, everything, I'm like, that's wrong. I have to go back and redo it. So here we go. It's Kiwi time. Welcome to GM Farcaster. How are you? Good morning to you.
Yeah, it's great to be here, and it was very fun to listen to your recap. And some of these casts I definitely missed, so
Oh,
thanks for
good.
that. Yeah, and,
Good.
and regarding my name, the easiest way is, the writer Charles Bukowski.
No.
So he's like a famous writer. I'm like Budkowski, so you have to add one letter to
Budkowski.
his name, but yeah.
Okay, Budkowski. Okay, I'm gonna get it right one of these days. Well, Mac, for those who may not know you, Return of the Mac, love it. For those who may not know you, tell us a little bit about what is Kiwi News. Let's start there before we jump into the big announcement. But what is Kiwi News for those who may not know, and a little bit, maybe about the lore of the name too. Let's share a little bit of
Okay.
that for our newbies. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Kiwi is like a link aggregator. So kind of like on Reddit or Hacker News, you can share any links. They can be Farcaster links, Twitter links, YouTube links, GitHub links, whatever links you can share them. And they are focused on crypto, primarily on people who build in crypto. So these are Dune dashboards, essays, GitHub repos, podcasts, and so on. And the funny thing is that we started building Kiwi. We are one of these like OG Farcaster projects, back when Launchcaster started, Paragraph, Kiwi. This was like this whole cohort of people that were like Farcaster aligned. And we are like very, I would say our roots are very strongly, like very deep in Farcaster in a way, because me and Tim, we met in Farcaster comment section. So we
Oh, I
haven't
love it.
seen each other for like half a year. We worked on the project full time for half a year before we actually met each other in real life. So Farcaster connecting people. So that was that's the story. But the story of the name is even I would say funnier, because it started with a meme on Farcaster where I think Kenny posted a picture of a kiwi that's eaten like a fruit, just with a skin on. And then Tim was like, hey, Vitalik, ban this guy from Ethereum. And Vitalik responded like, for what? Eating kiwi with a skin on? I sometimes do it with oranges. And, then like the whole meme started, and a lot of people were posting different ideas how you should eat kiwi. Some people with a skin on, some people, Chris Carella posted away like some drink with a kiwi, and there were like different ideas. And back then, team created a meme called hyper kiwification, because Balaji had this hyper Bitcoinification meme where Bitcoin was supposed to get to 1 million. It did not, as we all know.
Yet.
So yeah.
Yet.
So yeah, this is a Kiwi story in like 2 minutes, and yeah,
Perfect.
we still have like a lot of Farcaster people involved on Kiwi, and a lot of people also from Twitter. So like some people from Twitter learned about Farcaster through Kiwi. We even had this partnership like last year, I think it was, before we went permissionless, where Kiwi users could get a free Farcaster account and so on. So yeah, this is it. I will also send a link to this How to Eat Kiwi website where you can learn about the meme.
I love it. I love it. And the other, that's one of our lightning round questions that we ask our guests when we do interviews and we do lightning rounds, and we say kiwi skin on or off. So I have to ask you.
Thank you.
Do you eat your kiwi skin on or off?
I'm definitely a spooner, so I cut it in half and just eat it with a spoon. I did a few times with skin on because I wouldn't
just to test it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be permitted to run the company with Tim without doing that. But
it was required.
Yeah, but it isn't my taste, I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't think it's many people's taste. I really don't. So let's talk about Into the Noun Universe. This is a new writing contest that has been funded by Nouns. So can you talk a little bit about how this came about and what people should know if they want to participate?
Sure. So yeah, this is we wanted to do something with nouns for a long time, but we never actually had a good idea. But as you know, Nounish, like we even had an NFT with Noggles like long time ago. So
that's how you got me to mint. Like I minted a bunch of them. It's like I see Noggles, I mint it. I minted 3. I'm pretty sure I minted 3. Yep, still got them. Still got it in my wallet. Yep. So I love that one. It was so cute.
Yeah. So this is how we started, and in the last few months, we've been doing this writing contest to grow our app. So we were thinking, well, we want people who write in crypto, and we were thinking, well, how could we get these people? So we found a way to organize writing contests, and we did a few. And I read this cast by Noun 40 where he was saying, well, people are doing these cheap dunks on nouns, people don't really appreciate the fact that they did so much, and by being still with this, challenge of being decentralized, that they like co-founded Agora and Zach XBT and Protocol Guild and so on and so forth. So I think Chris Carella sent it to us, and we were like, oh, okay. That's interesting, and we came up with the idea to prepare the prop, and Chris helped us to better understand nouns nature, because it's like like you kind of have to spend some time to get it, because it's so counterintuitive. I like even crypto is counterintuitive for most people, right? Like having something decentralized, but nouns is like this, but crypto squared in a way. Like it's very like different, but yeah, we made the prop and it went through, and now the idea is to get people to write about nouns in different ways. We have a few prompts. There's a prompt about what does it mean to be nounish, and what nouns can teach us about brand building, what were the most important props, how the governance reshape the way we think about governance in general. Yeah, how could nouns capture more value, because they produce a lot of value, but the only way to capture value by nouns is just to get mints. Maybe there are some other ways. And we even got one prompt from Seneca, who's the nounder, and he asked, can nouns be a face of crypto? So what would it mean if nouns was like a household name? And we got the prompts. And I think this is a particularly interesting one, because I think in last cycle, Bored Apes were kind of a face of crypto, which very accurately reflected the nature of the last cycle, which was like very,
you think?
It was like very like, get rich, have fun staying poor, and so on. Not my vibes, actually. But in this, you have like pudgy penguins like getting a lot of attention, and it would be really cool if nouns got a lot of attention too, because people could learn a lot about the crypto values thanks to that. So this is the writing contest. Anyone can write. You can write on Paragraph, you can write on Farcaster, you can write even on Zora as an NFT if you prefer, and just share a link on Kiwi.
Screenshot essays making a comeback. There you go.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I love this. Yeah. So you have you choose a prompt, and it's up to you to take it from there, and then add a line about your post, taking part in the contest, share your post on the platform of your choice, submit your post to Kiwi. This is important. You need to have a Kiwi pass to do that, and you can get a free Kiwi pass, or I got a couple I could share. So if you need one, I might give one away to a GM Farcaster folk.
That would be cool.
Reach out. Yeah, if you want to write something and you need a Kiwi pass, reach out to me. I might sponsor you for that. And the deadline is October. You're writing between October 14th, which was a couple days ago, so it's open now through the 4th of November. And there are 4 prizes in 2 tracks. So you have 2 different tracks. One is Vox Populi, and its winners will be determined by the number of upvotes received on Kiwi. And then the second track is Vox Judicis. I love we're throwing some Latin into this. And its winners will be determined by the jury from Nouns and the Kiwi teams. And the prizes are pretty good here. Your first place prize is 0.875 ETH. So second place, 0.43, third, 0.26, and fourth, 0.17 in each of these categories. So pretty significant. And I really want to encourage those who like to write, but maybe don't know anything about nouns to do this, because I think that is actually the more interesting writing. You can, I can write something, but I already know stuff. So I'm not going to be as useful. It's not going to be as interesting, I think, as somebody looking from the outside in than the inside out. So would love to see all you writers out there diving into this, win some ETH, and take a look. And if you need some assistance here, reach out to me. I'm happy to help with this particular thing. So what did I leave out, Mac? What did I miss from the details there?
I think you captured it perfectly. One thing I would stress that you already mentioned is that if you don't know anything about nouns, it's a great moment to just dig in. I mean, there is so much content about nouns. There's been this list by Chris Carrella. I think I should have a look and find it, because he actually compiled this list of nouns one-on-one, like all the best essays, videos, and so on. So I will look for it, especially for the ones that might not be familiar. And the bigger goal is to just like all nouns activities to kind of like proliferate the nounish approach and the meme and the brand. So the more people learn about nouns, the more people dig in, the better for everyone.
I agree. And the places that you can take a look, and I'm going to post this in the chat, nouns.wtf for some basic information, as well as the proposals. So if you want to go through and find something that's interesting to you and dig in, that could be a fun thing to do. or nouns.world, which has a little bit more information. Nouns.center is another one, but that one's a little more out of date. Nouns.world is newer. But both of these sites will be helpful starting points, or the /nouns channel as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes from this. It should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing, like I said, outsider, people from outside of the Nouniverse kind of looking in. I think that is going to be the most interesting part of it. So yeah, Adrian, I think you should do some writing. What do you think?
I like to write. Maybe.
I like to write. I like to win. There we go.
I like to write. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, see if anything tickles your fancy.
And you
the
have,
prompts,
you know,
the prompts are fun.
Yeah, and
So-
you have Knowledge expert that you can call anytime. So
She has my number. She has me on speed dial. I do love the prompts here, so I just want to go through the prompts real quick. Is being nounish a state of mind, a cultural signal, or maybe a way to look at the world? What are the philosophies and unwritten rules that shape the nounish identity? Second one is, what can nouns teach us about turning brand building upside down and making it open source and steered by the community? For those who don't know, nouns is CC0, so anyone can use the art in their own brands. Third one is, from headline making proposals to under the radar decisions, which moments have shaped the noun's history most profoundly and why? Fourth one is, how has nouns approach to governance shaped the way you think about decentralized communities, and what aspects have been most surprising or eye-opening? This would be great for somebody who's really into governance or in other DAOs. That could be a really interesting perspective. And what are the untapped avenues for nouns to capture more value from their activities beyond NFT mints? And then the special prompt from Seneca: can nouns be the face of crypto? What would it mean for the industry at large if nouns were to become a household name? And Seneca, for those who may not realize, is the creator of Prop House and Rounds. So if you've been using rounds, participating in rounds on Farcaster, on Warpcast, then you have nouns and Seneca to thank for that. So all these little things. Or if you use governance in optimism, you may not realize that that was built by Agora, which is Yatong, who also was originally funded by Nouns. So Nouns Agora was the first iteration, and then he took that and expanded it for Optimism's use and a few other communities. I think ENS also. So there's some other governance communities and things like that. So there's little like things that you may not realize. Also, Hire, you may not realize, is came from nouns. So there you go. And some nouns.
And Purple, right? Like Purple is a nounish
Purple
DAO.
Yeah. Purple's a nounish DAO built on Nouns Builder, which was funded by Nouns. So all these little things, we're kind of everywhere. We're kind of hiding everywhere, everywhere in plain sight. So there you go. And I'd love to see like people. Yeah, Purple would be another great idea around that for discussion in essay. It definitely would fit into one of those prompts, I'm sure. So yeah, lots of cool stuff to talk about. So all right, anything else that you wanted to share about Kiwi or this writing contest, or anything else that you might have coming up before we wrap?
Yeah, we have a few things. One, I would say that if you want to check Kiwi, go to kiwinews.xyz. And we used to have paywalls. So you had to own a Kiwi pass to check links, but you don't need to have it anymore, at least for now. And there's also @Kiwi bot on Farcaster that just shares the most relevant and fresh Kiwi links. So if you want to have more links in your feed, this is the bot that you might share. And regarding the contest, the one thing I would say is that we are very open to different forms. So, you know, you don't need to write an essay. You can write a poem or like manifesto.
Ooh.
Or like a futuristic thought experiment that, you know, you can write whatever you want. We just want fresh ideas. And the form is totally up to you. Choose whatever you think will work best.
But a
Okay.
song.
Well,
Song lyrics. We have some songwriters in the
we have
audience.
some songwriters.
We have poets in the audience.
I know. That's what I was thinking when you
have-
said poetry. I was like, ooh, Arjan. There you go.
Yeah,
Your
a
moment.
play. Yeah, like Naomi says, play would be actually very interesting.
In Middle English.
We
would read
we may or may not have a musical afoot at the moment. There's a Nouns musical being developed. Hasn't been funded yet, but it's in the works. So we do weird things. So that's the other thing, is if you do something really creative and we love it, you never know. You might get some additional funding.
Yeah.
It has been known to happen. So there you go.
Yeah.
Zines. Yeah, zines would be cool. A zine would be cool. Very cool. We would love that.
Yes. So, just remember that this contest is organized by Nouns, who are very open-minded, I would say. So, just have it in mind that even you have very weird ideas, they might actually be the right ideas that would be loved by many people because they would be very fresh.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. This has been great. I don't know what happened to Adrian. We lost her. She's gone.
Back.
There she is.
Writing.
She's back. She's gone.
What do you mean?
What happened?
What I missed?
Not much. But I was like, where did she
I
go?
win? I just wrote an essay. I just stepped away from my computer to write an essay.
By the way, nice super based hat. I'm wearing my Yellow Collective Jan shirt. There's Jan. That's over here. There he is. Oops, right there. From last week. So we are rocking some Nounish adjacent things. So there we go. That's where she went.
That's where.
That's where she went.
Because we had this whole conversation without anyone talking about noggles, and it
without any noggles.
I wish I had noggles with me, because then we could make this,
Yeah. Next time I see you, Mac, just ask. I usually have some on me that are ready to give away, especially the purple ones. I have lots of them. And with that, everybody, we're going to call it there. It's been a fantastic chat. I'm excited to see what gets produced from this writing competition. Thank you for being here with us. And anything else, Adrian, before we sign off? Have you enjoyed your day without having to click buttons?
I mean, I think I can say this now because we're done. Your power didn't go out in the past 54 minutes or 29 minutes of news. Today is the best morning I've had in a week and a half. I love GM Farcaster when
you don't have to click the buttons.
When you click the buttons. And I just want to give a shout out to Base for sponsoring our show today, especially because our audio only listeners don't see the
yeah, this is true.
Don't get to know, but
and also be sure to look for Base Around the World. It is starting now. It's happening now, and go check that out. They're going to be everywhere. Yes, thank you, Base. Thank you, Mac and Kiwi News, for popping on. And with that, everybody, we're going to say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.